With the modern-day distractions, it's becoming harder and harder for young men to focus nowadays. They try to do some focused work, but their brain always just goes elsewhere. They try to study, but they keep on getting distracted. And not only does this make the work last twice as long, it also becomes less enjoyable. Focus on being productive instead of busy. My younger self should have heard this quote, because even though after watching hours of Andrew Tate videos, I was motivated to work all day, so I can escape the matrix and retire my family, I wasn't actually doing any work. I was just sitting at my computer desk, doing basically nothing. But I felt like the man because I was busy, but I wasn't productive, and that's why I got no results. And this applies to everything. If your main focus is school, and your grades are still pretty bad, it's because you aren't being productive, and I think that these 4 hacks will help you with that. And the first one is to eat the frog. This term was first popularized by Brian Tracy, and the concept behind this is, if you had to eat a live frog, like imagine a really disgusting looking frog, would you eat it before or after your meal? And your answer tells me everything about how successful you will be in the future. Because a successful person would eat the frog before his meal. He would take on the hardest thing first, and then he would enjoy his meal. The unsuccessful person would eat the meal first, not even enjoying it because he kept on thinking about the frog, and then he would eat it. And that's the same thing with work. In order to be successful, you need to eat the frog. You need to do your hardest work first. So for example, when you are studying, the frog task might be some specific test paper that you need to practice for. So you do that first thing in the morning. Or for example, for me it's scripting these videos. It's still an enjoyable task, but it's the hardest task, and so I do it first thing in the morning so that the hardest part of my work is done. Number 2, stop using TikTok. I know this isn't really a productivity hack, but you need to hear this. My productivity improved by so much once I stopped watching these short-form videos, like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Because when you are watching these videos, you get new information every like 10 seconds, and that's conditioning your brain to only be able to focus for a few seconds at a time. You know, in 2015, there was a study where they tested people and goldfish, and they realized that humans have a shorter attention span than goldfish, and it was this really crazy scary thing. But what you need to understand is that this is 2015. This was before TikTok, and so the average attention span is much lower now. And when you have a low attention span, you won't be able to do your work. It won't be stimulating enough for you, and you will keep on distracting yourself. And so I want you to start cutting out short-form content and replace it with longer videos with minimal edits. There are 2 content creators I watch that do this, Andrew Huberman and First Man. There is also Hamza. He makes really good videos, but he switches up a lot, so you can't really be sure what he is gonna do. But when he makes those unedited videos, they are also good. Number 3, plan the day. In order to have the most productive day, you have to plan it the night before. The reason for that is because of 2 reasons. When you wake up, you are more likely to decide on your emotions, and most of the time your emotions will tell you to stay in bed and scroll for a few minutes before getting out. Therefore, you need to plan it the night before while you still have that masculine stoic mindset, so that when you wake up you already have the day set out for you and you are less likely to decide on your emotions. It still might happen, especially if you are just starting self-improvement, but it's less likely. And the other reason is what I learned just recently, which is that when you wake up, you have a certain amount of brain points, and every decision you make will cost you some. This is the concept of death by 1,000 cuts. Basically, what this means is that when 2 samurais battled, the one who died usually didn't die because of one big hit. They were too good for that. He would usually die from the small cuts his opponent did to him. And that is basically what you are doing when you don't plan out your day. You are cutting yourself by thinking about what you are going to wear today. Then you are cutting yourself thinking about what work task you are gonna do, and so on. And after you are finally ready to work, you have like half of your brain points, you are almost dead from the cuts, and you haven't even started fighting. So plan your day out and don't give yourself too many tasks before your work. What a lot of entrepreneurs tend to do, including younger me, is that they hear all these cool self-improvement habits, and they implement them all, and then their morning routine is like an hour long, and they don't even have time to work. So if you want a morning routine, keep it as short as possible. I personally just wake up, turn on my computer, and immediately start doing my frog task. And then after like an hour when my brain gets a little tired, I go and do the normal human things. I go and brush my teeth, I go meditate, journal, etc. Number 4. Set a goal. This is Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time available for its completion. Whatever time you give yourself to finish your work, you are going to achieve it in that time. Think about the last time you had a whole day for a task that would reasonably take only a few hours. Like, for example, studying for a test or doing your homework. Chances are it took you the entire day, right? And so if you give yourself one day to finish the work that would normally take you a week, you are most likely going to finish it. One of these videos used to take me a week to make, but as soon as I started giving myself the goal to finish it in one day, I started achieving that goal. And so if you give yourself less time to finish your work, you will finish it in that time. And so set high daily goals for your work. The less time you give yourself to finish your work, the faster you'll finish it. Alright, that's it for today. Go click on the subscribe button, share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, go join the Wisdom Clan with the first link in the description, and go do something productive now. Bye.